April 20 something. I never know the date. Isn't that horrible? So we are getting ready to go to church. We had an absolutely glorious morning. It is so beautiful out. It's like 60 degrees. Had our coffee on the porch. I did a little bit of knitting. Took the pups out with us. And it was just Brad and I. The kids are already gone. Ian has to be at the church pretty early because he is the worship leader at the campus we attend. And then our daughter already left with my sister to go to church. So it's just been Brad and I at home this morning. And yeah, we just kind of, it's going to be beautiful today. So it looks like it's snowing out. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think so. Let me see. Our cherry tree the flowers are being blown off by the wind. And so it looks like either ash or snow. I haven't decided which one. But anyway, we're getting ready to leave. We have about a 45-minute drive to church. And then I think we're going to go for a bike ride later. We threw around the idea of going kayaking, but I think we'll probably go with the bike ride and just enjoy this lovely weather. I think it's supposed to get up to near 80 today. So yeah, I just feel so good when I can go out in the morning and have my coffee and I hear the birds and the sun is shining. It's just such a good feeling for me. It's so energizing. It just makes me feel so energetic. So I thought I would just do some vlogging today. Like I said, there's something about the spring. I'm like the plants and the trees. I start to wake up in the spring. I have more energy to do creative things, including vlogging and painting and my knitting. The amount of knitting I do actually decreases more this time of year because I'm outside more, but all of my other creative energies always rise, and it's such a good feeling because I feel like I'm dormant during the winter. I know a lot of you probably can understand what I'm saying, but then a lot of you also feel more energized on rainy days or in the winter. So we're all different. Anyway, I'm gonna go and head out to church, and I'll check in later. Afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I got changed. I'm going to go outside and I want to do some work in the garden. I have 2 established beds that for some reason they have a lot of weeds in them, which is strange because they're beds that I've had for a long time. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But then I also have a flower bed that I put in last year that just got completely overrun with weeds. Last year it got completely overrun with weeds. So it was a mixture of sunflowers and humongous weeds, and in the fall it was filled with ragweed, which I am extremely allergic to. So I need to get that bed figured out too, so that I'm not dealing with the same situation when fall rolls around this year. I don't know how much I'll get done today. I'm not really like I don't feel the pressure to do anything. It's just such a beautiful day. So I thought that I would go out and just enjoy being outside. Oh, check out the asparagus patch because Our asparagus has come in. So we've picked twice so far. I think Brad picked last week at some point, and then I picked a little bit yesterday. So it'll probably just go wild this week. It's supposed to be warm. It's supposed to be like in the 70s, I think, this week, and some sun. So yeah, we'll be eating a lot of asparagus now. You'd be able to hear me if I didn't. There's a lot of the breeze. The breeze is rustling through the leaves of the tree, and then there's a lot of bird song, which I absolutely love. But I am going to repot some of these. Let me grab. So these are heirloom tomatoes. Not that stuff in the front. That's parsley. This is parsley. But these larger ones are tomatoes that need to be potted up into bigger pots because it's not yet time for me to plant them in the ground. It would be way too early still. We've had snow in May. I hope that doesn't happen, but it has happened and I've been burnt before, so I've learned my lesson. Doesn't matter how excited I am, I make sure that I wait until mid-May at least. Usually like the 3rd or 4th week of May. I wait until then to plant my things in the ground. But I'm just going to, like I said, pot these and put them into bigger pots so that because they're starting to look a little droopy because they're too crowded. And I haven't done anything with them since and see if you can see there's actually multiple tomato plants. Wow, this one has 5 plants in one little cell. I don't know what happened there. I must have accidentally dropped a few more seeds. I normally put like 2 or 3 seeds in per cell and then pinch off whatever, like this, there's 3 in this one's really tiny, so I'll pinch that off. And you could up pot that, but I have way too many tomatoes already, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that's what I'm going to do today. And then I bought I had to buy more pepper seeds because I had saved seeds from my heirloom peppers a couple of years ago, but for some reason none of them actually they just weren't viable this year, so I'm not sure what happened. None of them came up that I planted, so I bought bell peppers. I think I bought bell peppers. I'm looking through my seed packets and oh, there we go. So I just bought like sweet bell peppers, and then I saw some peppercini while I was there, so I thought that would be fun. I'm gonna plant some of those. I'm getting down to where if I don't get these planted, then it's gonna be a waste of my time. So, well, not a waste of my time, but just it would be better if I would get them in pots now so they have some time to get growing before like the end of May. So that's what I'm about to do. I love being out here, just sitting in the ground. I hope you guys can hear me. I feel like I'm getting a lot of wind interference, so when I listen back to this in editing, I may have to cut this part out, but yeah, my favorite time of the year. Okay, I'm back in the house. Got my sweet potatoes, need to put them in the oven. I ran out of battery. My phone is acting strange. It's glitching even as I film right now. So I think it's maybe because I had it outside and I didn't think it was in the direct sun, and I didn't think the sun was hot enough to do anything to it, but it's being it's acting strangely. So I don't know what's going on with my phone, but I got my tomatoes up potted. I planted some peppers. I planted some marigolds, like in the little cell packs, and I have them just setting outside. I'm going to bring them in and put them in the under the grow lamps in the basement and a little bit later. But I'm going to show you the asparagus. Gonna make that for dinner tonight. And sorry, all kinds of things are popping up on my phone screen because my phone had shut off when I was outside, and now it's acting strange, and I'm getting like all these texts and all these notifications, so it's being very distracting. What else was I gonna say? It's after 4, it's like 4:10, and so my mind is going on dinner mode and what can I make for dinner? I forgot to take meat out of the freezer this morning, so I grabbed a pack of chicken thighs after I get home from church, and I've had them setting out. I'm going to throw them in my Instant Pot with some sort of seasoning. I have the asparagus, and I'm making sweet potatoes. So that will make up our dinner, which is fine. It's just a quick last-minute throw-together thing. Brad and I are going to try to get a bike ride in tonight on the trails. So we were going to do that right after church, and then we decided we wanted to do some stuff at home. I got three of my garden beds weeded. I still have a couple of more to do, but they're not real bad. Like the ones I did today were the ones that had all kinds of weeds growing in them. And Brad did some work in the landscaping with pulling out weeds. And yeah, so I'm in now because I'm working on dinner, and then hopefully we get to go for a bike ride this evening. I wanted to share with you guys while I was still thinking about it, a very wonderful experience that I had yesterday. So a lot of you who watch me have heard me mention my friend Jody, who owns Flower Hill Fleeces. She's also my neighbor. She's a shepherdess. She has Shetland and Icelandic sheep. And I have talked about her yarn. She also did like indie dyeing of yarn, but she doesn't really do that as much. She's gotten more into like the farm yarn and the fiber. Anyway, she had asked me if I would come down to her farm yesterday and help with their shearing. And so I went, and I had a fantastic time. So my job was to skirt the fleeces. Jody's other friend, Mary, also came over, so she and I were upstairs in the barn, and the shearing was happening downstairs. We were upstairs. We had a skirting table that was set up for us, and we are the ones that skirted the fleeces. And it was just so enjoyable. Mary is also a knitter. She, I think Jody met her at Yarns by Design. Jody teaches classes, knitting classes and stuff there, and then they also have, that yarn shop also has knit nights, which I never go to because they're Thursday nights and they're like a 45-minute drive, and that just doesn't sound appealing to me at all. It's at least a 45-minute drive, actually. So I have never gone to the knit nights, but Jody has, and like I said, she teaches classes. So she met Mary there, and Mary's also a knitter, and so we just had a good time talking, and not just about knitting. We talked about all kinds of things. I have never skirted a fleece from a sheep, but I have skirted alpaca fleeces because I used to own alpacas. So I was very familiar with the process. I just watched a couple of YouTube videos before I went down just to make sure like that I knew what I was doing. But the concept is the same. You know, you skirt it, so you're basically working on the outside. You're pulling out big pieces of like the hay and straw or any other vegetable matter from throughout the whole blanket, and you are just getting rid of the stuff that isn't going to wash out, or at least wash out well, or any felted areas or extremely dirty areas. So yeah, it was very enjoyable experience. I'm probably going to go back for their second shearing. I think they got like maybe halfway through. Didn't get them all done, but they knew that they weren't going to get them all done. She has quite a farm. She has quite a few sheep. So that was a really good experience. I'm glad that I got to meet Mary and get to know her. And it was just really fun all around. I was glad to be a part of it.